Conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, where you're playing. Locally, enjoy casually.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on,
It's a gold line.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
and it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
It has happened where people just haven't noticed and they've run out of time. I'm like, sounds good. Oh, overcooked it a bit. Jeez.
Keep going, ET! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going!
Minus 1,000 flash will win apres curl.
Oh, they're really sweeping this, boys. They're really sweeping this. Oh, boy, you can't give up a steal here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, nice shot from Kate.
But here we go, it's happening.
Yeah, draw for the win for Ryland Kleider. Needs a piece of the forefoot. He's been really good all game. Trevor Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Ryland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
A long day, a job well done, and the final work call. Eat locally, enjoy casually.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
and when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on,
It's a gold line.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
and it's the choice of champions.
Another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call. Enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared. I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
It has happened where people just haven't noticed when they've run out of time. I'm like, sounds good. Oh, overcooked it a bit. Jeez.
Clean! Keep going, 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 keep going.
-1,000 flash will win apres curl.
Oh, they're really sweeping this, boys. They're really sweeping this. Oh, boy, you can't give up a steal here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, nice shot from Kate.
But here we go, it's happening.
Yeah, draw for the win for Rylan Kleider. Needs a piece of the forefoot. He's been really good all game. Trevor Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Rylan Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
A long day, a job well done, Enjoy casual.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
It has happened where people just haven't noticed when they've run out of time. I'm like, sounds good. Oh, overcooked it a bit. Jeez.
Clean! Keep going, ET! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going!
Minus 1,000 flash will win apres curl.
Oh, they're really sweeping this, boys. They're really sweeping
one.
this. Oh, boy, you can't give up a steal here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, nice shot from Kate.
But here we go, it's happening.
Yeah, draw for the win for Rylan Kleider. Needs a piece of the forefoot. He's been really good all game. Trevor Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Rylan Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
A long day. A job well done. locally, enjoy casually.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
It has happened where people just haven't noticed when they've run out of time. I'm like, sounds good. Oh, overcooked it a bit. Jeez.
Clean! Keep going, ET! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going!
Minus 1,000 flash will win apres curl.
Oh, they're really sweeping this, boys. They're really sweeping this. Oh, boy, you can't give up a steal here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, nice shot from Kate.
But here we go, it's happening.
Yeah, draw for the win for Rylan Kleider. Needs a piece of the forefoot. He's been really good all game. Trevor Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Rylan Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
A long day. A job well done. Enjoy casually.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
and when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final Mr. Mice. Eat locally, enjoy casually.
Stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable. And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
It has happened where people just haven't noticed when they've run out of time. I'm like, sounds good. Oh, overcooked it a bit. Jeez.
Clean. Keep going, ET. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
Minus 1,000 flash will win apres curl.
Oh, they're really sweeping this, boys. They're really sweeping this. Oh, boy, you can't give up a steal here.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, nice shot from Caitlin.
Last draw. Yep. 8th in. Wrana.
Hello, curling fans. Welcome back to Home Team Live in the Grand Slam of Curling's continuing coverage of the Co-op Canadian Open live from the Silent Ice Center here in beautiful Nisku, Alberta. John Cullen with you alongside three-time world champion Brent Lang for this international matchup between Sweden's team Isabella Wrana and South Korea's team Yeonjung Kim. And Brent, two teams we are very familiar with here in the Slam picture. Two great teams. I'm expecting a great game tonight.
Absolutely. You know, you come in here and you think if you play the 10, 11, 12 seed, you're going to have not a soft game anymore at the Slams, but you don't expect to look across the ice at former Olympic silver medalists and, you know, very accomplished team in Team Kim. Team Wrana on a good run over the last number of years, players champions not long ago, and just making a mark, having to battle that Team Hasselborg year after year and finally making some headway there, and one of the best teams in the world. So yeah, should be a good one, John.
Yeah, we know that Team Hasselborg will be at the European Championships next week. Team Wrana losing that qualifier this time around, but they have beat Hasselborg 2 times in world qualifiers. Isabella herself, a world mixed doubles champion, so certainly quality on both sides of the sheet, as Robbie Doherty welcoming us here in the Silent Ice Center. And this is a beautiful venue, Brent, has to be said. I couldn't believe it when I walked in here yesterday. I thought, wow, what a perfect spot for the Grand Slam of curling just south of Edmonton here in Nisku.
If you were going to draw up and build an event center for a Grand Slam, I think this might be it. And there's even another pad for the Tour Challenge.
I know,
wink,
we were
wink,
scoping
nudge,
that out.
nudge, right?
I know, we thought, oh, maybe this is the Tour Challenge spot for the next few years for sure. But yeah, no, should be a good one. We know Wrana has won that slam before. Cam has never won a slam, but has made the semifinals at 2 slams, the 15 Tour Challenge and the 17 Canadian Open. So, and as you said, Olympic silver medalists. They've been around, they've been good, and I'd love to give you a scouting report, but this is the first game for both of these teams here at this event, so we'll see. But maybe tell us a little bit, Brent, you were here this morning. How's the ice been looking on day one? You're also out here this afternoon coaching Team McEwen. You know, what did you notice from ice level about the playing surface here?
I would say that, you know, compared to most Grand Slam first days, it is much more playable. And not that it's not normally playable, but it's much more consistent and predictable than you would normally see. You know, the term we use is green ice, or, you know, it's just kind of fresh and a little bit slower in patches. But you know, we saw a ton of draws made. It's pretty standard across the sheet, pretty level, and I think you can expect a lot of shots to be made. If anything, if I'm going to be critical, and I can be because that's what I do now.
We're paying you to be critical,
right?
I believe.
Honest, people call it, but that just comes naturally to me.
Yep.
But it's a little bit straighter than probably most players would like to see.
Okay.
But as the ice makers watch day one, you know, they're not exactly sure what's going to happen, so they could clip it more. They may stay on the rocks, I don't know, but it's been very consistent and seen a lot of good shots, which isn't always the case. In Charlottetown, we saw a lot of other shots on day one.
And even day two a little bit too. It took a little while for the ice to settle in Charlottetown. We did also have Charette Gate. You and I were on the call for the roof leak there. So it was maybe a little bit of a different picture in Charlottetown than it will be here tonight. But I caught the end of the Jacobs Dunstone game earlier, and I agree, Brent looked a little straight, but some late finish. It seemed like if you were patient with the rocks and you got them in the right spots, they were finishing in not too bad. But yeah, like you say, I think teams will be very careful of their weight. I'd imagine if you're a little bit heavier than you're planning on being, you might lose the rocks to the street.
More technically sound, I think you like to see that. It needs to be the right weight on the right line, and that's kind of curling, as it turns out.
It is, yeah. That's usually what they say. If you throw the right weight on the right line, then you're probably going to be in pretty good shape. So it will be Team Wrana starting here without the hammer. Team Kim starting with the hammer. Brent, you were explaining the new draw to the button rules here at the Grand Slam of curling this year. I have to admit, I'm not very good at math, and I didn't bring my abacus with me, so I'm not sure if I completely followed, but before this game, 2 shots thrown to calculate a total draw to the button score, correct?
That is correct. So everybody's going to play 4 round robin games, and the draw to the button is going to be 2 draws per team, the first 2, and then just to confuse you and I, which is not hard to do.
Yeah, very easy, actually.
They're going to do the second 2 games, only 1 draw per team. So,
okay.
And then the cumulative, because there will be ties at 2 and 2. There always are.
Yep.
So your LSD total is going to be, of course, 5 of 6. Just because that's...
You get to throw out 1.
You get to throw 1.
If you suck for 1,
right,
chuck it out.
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be the one on my team, probably. I'd be the...
Yeah, that'd be me also.
Yeah.
I'd throw 1 of the 6 draws, because two players have to throw 2. That's back end and...
That's back end
third.
all day. That's back end all day. That is not a front end job.
Shouldn't be, or you got your lineup messed up.
Yep. That's correct.
But yeah, the pools, I'm talking to players, and because there's been long, conversations. Are pools better? Is triple better? Well, triple's simpler. Everybody's in the same spot that you play against. You move forward or you kind of move down, and that's it. There's no meaningless games. This one's nice because you can plan your day. And you can find yourself at West Edmonton Mall earlier today or something like that.
There were some rumors that I spent a bulk of today at the West Edmonton Mall with Team Wrana. Some heavy rumors. I can neither confirm nor deny, but I'm hearing there is photo and video evidence of that. And Linda Stenlund with that one just ending up beside that yellow shot stone for Team Kim. So an early chance to put some pressure on here for the South Koreans. It was my first time. I've never been to West Edmonton Mall before. Have you graced that facility with your presence?
Yeah, the most recent time was actually, there was a curling event there, the Everest Club Championships, which was super cool.
Yeah.
The sun did shine on the ice from time to time, and an old friend I grew up against, Greg Ballsden in curling, who you would know. And
I do, yeah, absolutely.
he wore his golf shades on the ice when he was on sheet D, and in the corner it would hit you. So he had his full-on golf shades on out there, and it worked. He won the event. So
yeah, Ballsy's the type of guy who probably had been waiting his whole life for an excuse to wear sunglasses on the ice.
Yeah.
He actually knocked me out of my only Grand Slam of curling appearance, the Tier 2 Tour Challenge. Back in 2017 in Cranbrook, he beat us in the semifinal. Played very well. Had a solid team that year. They were going real hard for the trial spots. They were playing an unbelievable amount. Played really well. Yeah, we walked by the skating rink today, and Isabella said, "Oh, do you think they could have a curling event on here?" And I said, "Well,
for sure.
Believe it or not, they did."
Chance for the thin double here. We've seen these runs straight. The miss has been on the soft shots on the over curl and light, and on the hits, it's been wide. No problem there.
Very nice shot from Maria Larsson. Spent some time learning some Swedish today, Brent. I learned that in Sweden, Maria is more like Maria.
Yeah, what you said.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you wanted to take a crack at that or not.
I've been to Sweden, great place.
You really got to access the back of your throat for that pronunciation.
I don't think so. I have a hard time with my own name and my kids' names, so we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, your grand total of 2-syllable name is really
right,
really tripping you up.
Yeah. Unforced error there in the rollout. Gives Team Wrana a free come around. You always love to throw the free draw in the first end. Isabella's not covering up like a head injury or anything, is she? From your time with her today?
No, she.
It is cold at ice level. I can confirm that as sitting on the coach's bench. It's nice and warm where we are, but it is chilly down there.
I think it's probably, if anything, more of a brain injury, like just from having to talk to me for 4 hours.
That makes sense.
Yeah. This looks like it's maybe a little light here for Maria. Almeida Duvall and Linda Stenlund trying to bring this one into the house here. That's a nice sweep. Almeida also has had some success in the mixed doubles portion of the game, winning the bronze medal at the last Olympics with Oscar Eriksson, a name certainly familiar to most curling fans.
Yeah, the top Swedish players just tend to pick it up from time to time and just medal at the World.
Yeah,
they win, they get second, they get third.
And they all have played with each other. I never quite figure that out. You know, Anna's played with Nicholas, she's played with Oscar, she hasn't played. Almeida plays with Oscar, who knows? And yeah, they just show up and win. And Isabella and Rasmus winning last year. Good gig if you can get it.
No doubt. Chance for a run back. No problem.
Yeah.
I wonder if they do it like Canadians do a road hockey game. Sticks in the middle, brooms in the middle. Let's pick some mixed doubles teams. There's only, about 12 players.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's pick 6 teams, and then we'll see who wins.
Yep, I think that's probably about correct. That was a really nice shot there from Cho Hee Kim. Not a ton of weight on that run back, Brent, but made it really nice.
Super accurate.
Still another free draw here for Almeida Duvall without hammer.
Key to making that shot is really that now the center guard, which is a little bit off center, is a Korean stone. So next time it comes back, there's a lot more room for error. Although I wonder if this is accidentally a better shot. They're not going to play the run back now, so somebody's going to score this end more than likely.
Looks like they think they can chase here.
Yeah.
Well, we can see here from that angle, it's pretty much completely dead buried here. And yeah, maybe just further to your point earlier, Brent, I think later in the week, that's a chase that's probably there, right?
Yeah, for sure. And just being that, like you said, this is their first game, those are the shots we see missed the most in first games and early in games is the in-betweens, the edge of the 4-foot backline hack waiters are the hardest because they involve a guess on both line and speed, which is never comfortable.
Yeah. Kim and Kim on this right out of the hand. This looks like it's, well, maybe not as short as they're kind of acting here. Yeah, it's not bad. Perfect, I think. Yeah, really good shot. Just the way they were acting, like they were kind of giving up on it, and then it just kept going. So nice judge there from Cho-hee and Seon-young. And it is Team Kim lying 1.
Every country getting deeper and deeper with the talent. Tyler and I, watched and commentated the Ha and Gim game earlier and talking about how strong the Korean national championship has become.
Yeah, that's a real trifecta at the top right now.
Right? Like those are probably 3 of the top 10 or 12 teams in the world. The real boss is here. I don't know what they're doing when they're touching all these computers, but
yeah, I wouldn't.
Generally works.
I wouldn't pretend to know either, but one of the home team live crew members, Tanner Gates, here joining us in the booth, and doing something. We'll guess after. We'll play some bets here, and
this is what I do when I fix something. Something's not plugged in when I leave.
So unfortunately for Almeida, just a little bit heavy on that freeze attempt, and I would imagine there's a double here, Brent, to lie a couple.
Definitely, I could just kind of roll to the low side, and yeah, two very good options. Either one is like a nose would be pretty good and make the double. Might get the in-betweener here.
Yeah, I don't want to jam. Oh, that'll work.
Pretty good.
Yeah, doesn't fully remove the red though.
How thin is that double? I know Isabella is one of the best hitters and loves to throw the high hard one. But the just missed double looks jammed. I think probably they're going to end up with maybe trying the nose hit here with hack, and that would be in a really good spot.
Yeah, I think you're right, Brent. Like, I think the double is there, but if you ever missed your back yellow.
The problem is she's going to be close.
And jammed, yeah.
And close is not.
Close is bad. Great. Yeah, it's not bad. Sometimes in curling, close is good, but I don't think in this particular instance that's the case.
She's going to get after it, I think, judging by the ice there. That's not
you're right.
For hack.
No. No, and there's not... the guard is also potentially in play here, so this is not an easy shot for Isabella Wrana's first.
She got the weight right. That is floating hard, though.
Uh-oh. What do they have here? Nothing at all. Oh, boy. So maybe just a slight set from Isabella there, and as we've already said, this ice unforgiving on the straight side, and that'll blow right by. And now, chance for Kim to get a big end set up.
Nothing wrong with the call there. I mean, it's easy to say now that she missed it, but I think if you nose that or rolled an inch underneath, I don't think Team Kim had very many options on what to do with it. They're probably going to try and, what Colleen Jones always call it, the Christmas tree? Is that what we're after here?
Absolutely.
Half buried, right on the O of Grand Slam of curling, and maybe leave Wrana the double again, that same shot. Chance to battle the demons.
I do like making my opponent face their demons early.
Right.
Few Christmas trees at West Edmonton Mall as well.
Tis the season.
Tis the season these
Halloween's
days. As soon
over.
as Halloween's done, it's Christmas time. First rock here for Eunjung Kim. Looking for the Tannenbaum.
Another one right out of the hand. Picked up.
Son Young and Cho Hee on this immediately.
Line looks really good if they can get it there.
Yeah, you'd love for this to be in. Yeah, that's a really good sweep.
I think they got about 19 different gears based on what the weight is.
Seems like it.
Unfortunately, you have to try the double again, and it's still jammable.
Yep.
Thinking about switching gears here. I don't think she's going to end up doing that, but the nose is still there for second and would be very difficult to remove. But
I don't mind forcing Kim to draw here if you could nose this, because that's probably what they're doing. If you nose.
If you were in for the double on the first, though, I'm not sure why you're not in for the double on the second.
Fair.
Other than maybe that mind thing, that brain that gets in the way.
Yep.
Maybe not feeling like... She looked a little bit confused, as if, like, I didn't throw it that bad. And that can happen. So another tricky one. I think Yoonji's last one over-curled enough that you can't really hit that one. Now that I've said that, she will. But so it's really just get by the guard with kind of nice hack weight and right on the nose and force her to a really tough shot for two, actually.
So final stone, Isabella Wrana facing 3. Maria Larson on this one. Don't want to bring that guard into play. So they're by the guard. Now you want to be just on the nose, and that's pretty darn good from Isabella Wrana. This is there for 3, though.
Probably easier than the wide draw.
And it's for 1 more point. I guess the only thing is, if you ever floated it, you're giving up a steal.
Does it? Yeah, is it high enough that it touches your yellow and doesn't quite get on to it?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Let's just nose it and make sure we don't find out, but yeah, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, tough to tell exactly from our camera angle, and we're not directly behind the sheet. We're sitting at about center ice here, so.
So we always talk about curling being a game of inches, and if Yoonji's first draw goes another 2 inches, she has a draw for 3 right now. But instead, she has a very delicate hack weight nose hit for 3.
So final stone for Eunjung Kim. And a potential 3 to kick things off. Cho Hee trying to bring this over.
Looks pretty good to me, Johnny.
And that does get by the back yellow, and I think even with that jam, it is still 3. So a very good start for the team from Gangneung. We'll be back after this.
When eat locally, enjoy casual.
So just a reminder that the TV coverage on Sportsnet starts this Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Sportsnet will have coverage all weekend long, and so will we here on Home Team Live. Once again, bringing you every game streamed on every sheet. So if there's another game out here this evening you want to check out, maybe double box, you can get that going on the Home Team Live website. And even if Sportsnet has a feature game, we'll have a feature game too with commentary, so you won't want to miss it. Stay locked with us all weekend long. Weekend. It's only Tuesday. I'm already saying weekend. I'm in beach mode. I went to the water park today. And Team Kim trying to put Isabella Wrana on a water slide early, up 3-0. And, you know, kind of really, Brent, didn't have to work too hard for the 3. It was just kind of was there for them, and they took it.
Yeah, it's weird. This is, I was just saying to you in the break, the 3rd game I've commentated, there's been a 4, a 3, and a 3, and really not a poorly played end by Team Wrana. Just obviously the flash, you know, Isabella would like that one back, but high risk, high reward kind of shot like that, and sometimes that's what happens. But dream start for Team Kim and Team Wrana. You know, it's same thing I'll say in every game. You get to gut check in the second end of the first game. This isn't where you want to find yourself, but we'll say a lot about them. They've been around as young as they are. This is not their first rodeo, so I think they know you don't have to get all 3 back right away, and try and put 8 shots together, get a deuce, and get back in the game.
First stone in the house for Team Kim. Linda Stenlund looking for a corner guard here. And this needs to stop. And it will just in time. Sometimes the line between the perfect corner guard and the worst shot possible is very thin.
I always find it interesting how different teams defend now with the 5 rock. This is the part I don't think anybody has completely figured out. I don't pretend to know the answer, but some teams will throw 2 in and then throw the center, leave the run back. Some teams will try and choke off corner guards. What's the answer, John?
If I knew the answer, I'd probably be out on the ice and not standing up here, but...
No, knowing the answer and being able to perform the answer are 2 different things.
Good point. I never mind this setup here for Kim. I don't mind coming in the house, and especially up 3. I think up 2 is maybe a little different, but up 3, I don't mind coming in the house here.
Yep.
You get those first 2 rocks in the 4-foot, and it really dares Team Wrana to have to make a play at them at some point. So yeah, I don't know. I don't mind it. What do you think? Are you more of a center guard guy, or you like this?
No, I like this early in the game, especially.
Yeah.
The one thing nobody seems to want to talk. Everybody thinks I'm joking, but I do think that there will be a time when the double centers is the main defensive shot. Like if Kim threw a high center guard there first, what would Wrana have done? Would she still throw a corner knowing that probably Kim's next shot is a tight center? And then she's going to have to make multiples around the tight center. Like when we're down 1, that's almost the automatic call. But when we're trying to be defensive up 3, it's all of a sudden a different play. I don't know. It doesn't feel right. I get it.
Yeah, for sure. But if you're Wrana, yeah, it wouldn't feel right to draw around the high center either.
No, definitely not.
That's not good.
No. So that's what I mean.
Yeah. No, you could be right. You could be onto something. I guess it's just it's like you're almost guarding against things going pear-shaped, right? Like if you, if you get those 2 centers up and then they make the perfect come around, you miss the next one. They've got a corner guard up and you've got 2 behind a center. You know, like it demands you. It's the most defensive call, but it also demands that your 3rd stone be in a really good spot, I think.
Yep.
But that's the game.
That's what we're trying to be. We're trying to be the best in the world, not just compete, but yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Every time I hear the word tolerance at the Grand Slam of curling, I want to walk down there and say, it might have got you here, but it will not keep you here.
So double made there for Maria Larsson. Another look at it there. Didn't quite get all 3. I think there was a possibility of doing that, but still gets 2. That's a nice shot from Maria, who I begrudgingly must admit did win the go-karting today.
Oh, no.
Despite all of my trash talk.
Did you at least rub bumpers, like rubbing Grace and Cole?
No, they were very strict about wanting the cars to not touch.
Oh, come on.
I know.
It's called drafting.
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing this in the name of aerodynamics. Leave me alone.
I've never driven a race car, but I've seen Days of Thunder. I'm fine.
Good reference. I think most of the kids would say Drive to Survive, but you go in with the Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman vehicle.
Of course.
Cole Trickle?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, no, Maria, a big F1 fan, so she was very dialed in from the start that she was going to win the go-karting, and she pulled through. She was right. Yeah, she was right. It was tight. It was tight. She was about a half second ahead of me and Almeida. And Linda and Isabella were, I think, just out to look at the scenery.
Straight come around chance here. I like this call.
Yeah, me too.
Thinking it's a little heavy, I think. Trying to carve it over there. I get in trouble in mixed doubles because it still feels wrong to sweep when it's heavy. And I think the jury's out a little bit. This ice so far this week, I'm talking to Mike after the game, McEwen, he was saying how it's a really hard surface where they didn't see anybody really be able to carve very well. And there was one specific shot in their game where they tried to carve, and it was Colin Huffman, one of the best sweepers in the game. And they think that he actually made it go farther, where when you get to carve it, it does slow it down, but depending on the ice conditions. And so far, the rumor I've heard anyway is that the carving's not working out here, so.
And now for people who are listening to this and maybe trying to figure that out in their own club games or tournament play, when you say that you can't carve on a harder surface, what are you getting at with that? What do you mean?
Well, it's almost like, the softer surface gets a little flat, or it's like the pebble's easier to break down. In this one, it's even Mike's an analytical guy. He said his feet were cold, and it's like that tells him it's a little more frozen. And I'm like, oh, Mike, I think you're either at a different level or you're nuts. But
it's one or the other.
Either way, I'm not sure what you're saying, but if you just tell me that carving doesn't work, I'll believe you.
Yeah.
With the top skips in the World C, I'll always believe.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't need to know the why because I don't understand it.
Again, a fine line between crazy and genius,
right.
I think they say.
Right.
So that was a bit of an unforced error there for Cho-hee Kim Kyung-ae rather. And a potential chance here for Team Wrana to get things set up for a deuce.
I assume trying to nose this. Any roll behind the corner just kind of shoots that yellow probably right over on top of your red.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing for nose based on the sweeping so far. And indeed, right on the beat from Almeida Duval, and just like that, Wrana lying 2-3. I also got a Swedish lesson on Isabella's name. This is for you, if you want to.
I do.
She did say that she's totally fine with Wrana. That's sort of the English pronunciation. Doesn't mind if you say that, but in Swedish, and I'll probably still bungle this, but it's Wrana. Wrana.
Okay.
So it's not quite an O sound at the end. It's more like an O.
Because I have heard Rano lots.
Yes, because I think people hear this sort of like O sound and they think it's like an O sound. And then in Sweden they don't have like a W sound. It's a V sound. So Wrana.
Okay, if she's okay with Wrana, I'm going to stick with that.
Yeah, no, I give you the options, and then you do with them what you will.
I'm going to take the simple way out every time, John. I think you probably know that about me by now.
Yeah, we've only done one event together, but I learned that pretty good, I'd say day one in Charlottetown. So that was a nice shot there. Lying 2 is Kim without the hammer here, but still a pretty good setup for Wrana.
Now trying to probably roll towards the corner to spread the reds out here, but chance for a deuce, but going to have to make 3 more good shots. 2 more for sure, and then hopefully an open hit for 2 or an open draw, but this one needs to be made really good. Spread out the reds or there's going to be a double.
Yeah, this is over curling.
So now you got to get lucky, and hopefully this one of the reds lines up in the back one. Almost.
Yeah, not what they were hoping for, but
the double goes near that yellow.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at the doubles. It makes me think that they maybe agree with you. Plus, you lie too if you hit this red one anyway.
Yeah. Crowds are picking up tonight. Looks like Albertans are still going to work with the morning and the work time crowd. It was, in fairness to Alberta, the great curling province. You know, Charlottetown came out in a big
They
way.
came out hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost every morning draw was like rammed.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah, no, nice crowd out here tonight. I believe we're expecting some pretty big crowds here on the weekend. Grand Slam of Karaoke going on the weekend as well. We'll see if Mattia Giovanella can defend his title. I'm hearing rumors of some heavy hitters coming into town this weekend. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But this is a sweep right out of the hand here. Do not want to rack this top one. Uh-oh. Well, at least you get it out, but Skip's first stone proving to be difficult for both Skips. Isabella flashing last end, and now Eunjung Kim doing the same here, and chance to get set up for two, Brent.
Looks like she can nose it and leave a very difficult double.
So first stone, Isabella Wrana. Would love to be right on the nose, and is. Guess there's really no risk in taking on the double here.
It's thin. You want to make this, like if this was the shot to win the game, you kind of want to throw it off the edge of the rock. In fact, you're up 3-0. This will show you a lot about confidence and just kind of really comes down to guts. How aggressive do you want to get here? Looks like quarter rock, third of a rock might touch it, half rock does not. So it has to be a little uncomfortable early, I think. There will be a little bit of curl here early in the game.
So last rock for Eunjung Kim. Not throwing a heater here, looking for a double to rescue this end. Sounds close.
Sounds perfect.
And just like that, lovely shot.
That's one of those as the team they're throwing against you. You want them to flash.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. But you don't want to hear whoa out of their hand because you know it's going to come up a little bit, especially when she didn't throw it hard. Well planned and well executed.
Yeah, like that control weight, getting just that little bit of curl. And a fantastic shot to bail herself out after that first rock miss. And so it'll be a throw through the house here and a blank for Team Pantera. Three 3-0, Kim leads.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
That was a good one. Everybody was like, did the hack come out? I'm like, no, it's still there.
So a potential chance lost there for the team from Sundbyberg, Isabella Wrana. Looking like they were maybe set up for a 2, but a nice final stone from Eunjung Kim, and they continue to lead by 3.
Same game plan, I think, for both teams here. If you're Team Kim, you want to make Team Wrana earn the deuce, and you don't want to give up 3. And if you're Team Wrana, you want to make 8 in a row. And most times with the hammer, if you make 8 shots in a row, you get a deuce. And then if the other team makes a mistake, 3 becomes a possibility.
Yeah, speaking of threes, in the game next door, the hometown team, Selena Sturmey from nearby Beaumont, Alberta, currently getting their lunch handed to them a little bit here by Carrie Anderson. Carrie picking up 2 in the first end. That was a steal, and then another steal of 3 in the second. So 5-0 Anderson leads, all stolen points. We also have Chelsea Carey against Momoha Tabata. Beside them, it is a 2-1 lead for the Japanese team. And Rachel Homan playing Sayaka Yoshimura, who we saw in the Tier 2 final just a few weeks ago in Charlottetown. They lost that game to Christina Black, but the ensuing points got them into this slam, and Rachel Homan, fresh off of her Pan Continental Championship victory, is leading that one 2-1. They have the hammer in the third. All those games, of course, available on Home Team Live. None of them have audio, but you'll have the video if you want to see what is going on.
So a lot of kind of top players around the rink today watching the games, and I was thinking to myself, are you crazy? Like, this coverage is on in your hotel room. You don't have to leave your bed anymore to watch the game, to watch your sheet.
Yep.
And I don't know, I just don't get some people. But
again, I think, you know, you and I are slowly revealing over time why we're up here.
Who we are.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that too. Yeah, you're learning a lot about who I am, both related to curling and not related to curling.
Right.
So draw around there for Linda Stenlund comes a little deep, but it is pretty much close to fully buried.
I think a good chance here, because that's third shot, I think it's a pretty good chance to just draw over there somewhere.
Yeah, looks like that's their plan.
I only play mixed doubles now, though, so I'm used to just everything being risky.
Everything's a draw and everything's risky.
Yeah. What do you like, the hit or the draw that we've just programmed? No, it's got to be the draw.
Yeah.
But they've got 4 in the house. Yeah, but if we make one really good one.
Yeah. And that is true of 4-person curling, too. Often if you're facing a lot of points, if you make a really good freeze, true. But the alternative is a little more scary than mixed doubles, generally speaking.
Yeah. There's a great shot.
Yeah, they end up deciding on the chase, and that is made perfectly.
That is the best result possible.
By Sun Young.
So how do you generate a couple points now? That corner guard right now is pretty useless. Anything behind it is 4th shot, so you got to move something around, or you could go in, turn wide around to the back 8 for 2nd shot. That might be what I would like, and just see what Team Kim does.
Yeah, it looks like they're maybe in the bailing plan here, trying for a double is Maria Larson. This is floating, though. Okay, no.
Yeah, good shot.
Got it. Yep, nice shot. And sorry, that was Cho Hee Kim that made the great chase, and not Sun Young. My apologies. It's pretty early in the morning in South Korea, so I don't know if I kind of got away with one there or what.
I was just trying to do the math, and I was going to say it out loud, and I'm like, I have no idea, honestly. Isn't it like 14 hours from
I think
here,
it's something like that, yeah. Tokyo's 16. Seoul's got to be fairly close to there.
Yeah.
So let's see here. It is currently, okay, it's 11 in the morning in Seoul. They're 16 hours ahead as well.
So you probably didn't get away with it.
I don't think I got away with it. I think there's enough people probably watching this game in Seoul that they go, oh, this idiot over in Canada thinks that was Sun Young and not Cho Hee. It's all right. My first game of the day, I was so busy go-karting, you know. So now they're doing what you were thinking here, Brent. The freeze the call here, it looks like.
Yeah, it's big now that top 12 rock. That's why that double was so important. That top 12 one is out drawable. Well, it looks like she's tapping behind the corner, so you can go behind the corner for 2nd now. Looks like it's going to curl plenty. Needs to be 2nd now. Not second, I don't think.
No, it's not.
But it's, I'm going to say it's pretty buried.
Very buried. Yeah, you'd have to throw the out turn at it.
And you can't draw now, and the reason being that you're going to draw to a spot where the double's very easy off of that back 8 line. If you're feeling risky, you could just split the rings and lie 3. Draw somewhere in the 8 foot that's always going to outcount anywhere behind that corner guard. This is a good call too, though. You could hit and roll in and lie 3 this way.
Yeah, with the weight we've seen them play, I would imagine that's the plan here. Just a nice little soft waiter roll onto the rings.
Yeah, not throwing it hard.
So Kyung-Hae Kim trying to make the roll here.
Sounds good.
Not lying 3, but
pretty good.
Yeah, 1, 2, and 4.
Sheep's got to be the weight, like just confirming. I'm going to call that a 9.5.
Okay.
Probably wasn't a number, but
could be. It's going to take me a solid, I'd say at least 10 years of commentating before I figure out even the basics of any other language. So
yeah,
I'm on year 3 right now. So
stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned, baby. 2031 is going to be a big year for me.
I think she just called kind of the nose or hit a little low here. Just kind of stay there. And then any hit on this top one would probably leave her an open hit to lie 2. So I think that's well thought out. She's got to hit something. Either going to leave a very simple double if you hit the back one, or this one you're going to leave an open hit to lie 2. A little uncomfortable having those 2 yellow Kim stones that are going to be right kind of close to center. There is a way to lie 2 here and hit about half of the red one and then bump the yellow up. I think I like the nose hit. Really control that skins game control zone.
Yeah, the Linda Moore control zone.
Right. And Isabella's going to hit and roll back 8 foot and dare you to draw up 3 and 3rd. But if you don't, Isabella's going to, so you're probably going to have to. Don't want to hook these, but this looks perfect. Yeah, great shot. So now if the hit and roll is made, Team Kim's going to have a decision to make. If you hit the open one, surely Team Wrana is going to draw around, and then you're going to have to make the run back. So maybe the call would be to just draw first. And then any run back that comes back is not going to be in the rings. So I'm going to say this hit and roll is made, and then a come around's called. Even up 3 and they're lying 2, I think you still come around.
We'll see. This shot has to be made first. Larson and Stenlund on this. Oh, sounds close.
Yeah, I thought the whoa was like we flashed it.
Yeah.
Because they sounded very concerned.
So they don't quite get the roll there.
So we're not going to see the draw now. Probably hit and roll themselves now, though.
Yeah, this could turn into a problem, this center guard situation here for Team Wrana.
So they just got to see this path, and you could hear Isabella kind of panicked on the line call and thought it was tight, and it didn't overcurl, which tells me this spot's a little straighter than maybe expected. And we've seen that edge of 4, just outside edge 4 curls, and then out in the middle 8 foot kind of runs for a long time. So calling down, but I think that's probably a good sign.
Sun Young on this right out of the hand, trying to hold this. This is flirting with that center guard. Now will it stay in the rings? Does it stay for second shot? No, it does not. Or sorry, I guess first shot. I forgot that Wrana, that red stone, definitely shot rock. And this is looking like a nice 2 here for Team Wrana, I think, if they make this.
I think pretty much anywhere in front of the tee line here, even half buried. Team Kim just decides to take their medicine, hits the open one, and gives her the free draw for 2. So if you know that, do you accidentally leave it kind of 3/4 open and see if you can entice a miss? I don't know. I don't think you want to slide behind the tee line. That would be...
No, that would be
too tempting.
You'd see a chase, I think, in that case, a freeze. But yeah, I agree. I think you just want to get 2 here. It hasn't really been a great start to the game if you're Team Wrana. I think just as much as I love throwing a bait shot, I think here you just want to make this one pretty good and give yourself a chance for 2. Linda Stenlund on this right out of the hand, though.
Heavy, but they're calling hard for line. Not a great combo.
Oh, Maria coming in now. Yeah, okay. So this is probably close.
It's going to be good enough. They're going to hit the open one. Don't make a liar out of me.
Well, I think that's pretty darn good. Yep. Yeah. So open one will be hit for Team Kim, and Team Wrana making good on a few mistakes here from the South Korean squad. So last rock for Eunjung Kim. Just need to make this red one go away. And they will. And we will see the same draw for Team Wrana and pretty much just need a little past full 12.
Mot 10 tror jag kan vara okej också. Han har fått lite längre ut, men det borde inte vara något problem. Väldigt lite mindre ut. Ja. Lite lösare. Tight linje!
So final stone for Isabella Wrana, saying tight line out of the hand, but they thought that last time. So Linda and Maria trying to drag this one here. Did Wrana pull the string on this one? No, they did not. Nice sweeping from Stenlund and Larson. And that will find its way into the 8-foot. Score of 2 for Wrana. Kim will have the hammer back when we come back.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable. And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
So a nice end there for Team Wrana, getting themselves set up quite well for the 2 and taking advantage. A really nice draw from Isabella Wrana on her first. 2 go up on the board, and we've got ourselves a game here, Langer.
Very true, yeah. Really no stress and didn't have to do anything out of the ordinary, but made some good shots, including her first come around there. That was always going to be the gimme deuce once she made that good come around. So and a good start here. Nice tight guard on the center line. So yeah, we've got ourselves a ball game, as they say.
Mm-hmm. No balls involved in curling, but we still say it.
It's true.
Yep.
We do have our own language.
We do. I know. I learned that doing Broomgate.
I bet.
Because my producer was not a curler at all, and she would say that particularly like when I would first meet up with someone, you know, like we flew to Winnipeg to meet with Mike and we flew to St. John's to meet with Brad. And she was like, the opening conversation, like before the interview started, it often, like I had no idea what you guys were talking about.
Right.
And yeah, we sound like freaks. We sound absolutely crazy to the Gen Pop.
That's fair.
We wouldn't have it any other way, though.
No, I like it.
Yeah, me too.
Secret society.
My friends also told me, and I don't know if this is true for you, but I had some friends that came to watch one year. The BC Provincials were in Vancouver, which is where I lived, and so I was able to have quite a few friends come out and watch. And it was in a curling club, so they had bleachers out on the ice, so you're like, you know, right beside the action. And they said that I sounded more Canadian when I curled. Like I just had a little more of like a hoser accent when I played.
I've never heard that. I like that though.
Yeah,
that's a compliment.
I
right?
think that's a compliment
like
too.
it.
Yeah, I guess for some reason when I get out on the ice, I'm like, holy moly, boys.
More hosers?
This
or
is crazy. Look at this stuff out here, man. This is wild stuff. So unfortunately, just a little heavy there from Linda Stenlund, and this is looking eerily similar to the first end where Team Kim managed to score 3.
Freeze on their own here, can freeze on the red. Just kind of got to get the speed right and the line close. A lot of good places for this. Just don't really want to be heavy. Really good.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, that's really good.
There's a lot of good places for it, but that's probably the best one.
That's really good, yeah. Isabella thinking she can chase this and bump it. I'd be going to the run back here. I know you're down one, but you just got yourself back in the game. 5 minutes later, let's not play ourselves right back out of it. Even if you peeled that guard. Yeah, this looks hard from my vantage point. This looks like what we would call a back-end shot, not a front-end shot.
So some deft touch will be required here for Maria Larsson on the chase.
Yeah, that one they are giving up on. Trying to line it up.
Yeah, just a little light there from Maria Larsson.
Oh no, now they're going to hit and roll away. And those yellow ones are pretty safe at the moment.
Yeah, this is the setup of nightmares here, I think, for
timeout.
Team Wrana. Okay, this is interesting.
Early timeout.
Huh.
2 coaches, Peter Gallant, longtime supporter and member of this team.
So what do you think they'd be taking a timeout for here, Brent?
Well, I think there's only one shot. I'm not sure. I think they just know that this is a huge opportunity and they don't want to make a mistake. But if you hit and roll on that one, I don't have any idea what Team Wrana does next. They literally cannot get at those yellows that are dead frozen button in top 4. I don't like the draw. That's the only way you're going to get something to get into those. I'm going to call Peter later and say, was that your fault? Like just hit, even if you peel the back one out, like what is their next shot?
Well, it's a double peel, right?
Well, yeah, that's pretty good. And then you get to throw a yellow one tight in front of perfect 2 yellows. And like if you can make a hit and roll to the back 12 foot here. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do, but I mean, a great draw here is great, but it seems unnecessary. If you hang this half open, you're going to leave potentially a triple against one of the best hitting teams in the women's game. So after all that, they'll make it perfect, and I'll say that was a great call. But this does need to be very good. They're audibling, I think. No, they're not. It's perfect. Never mind. That was emotional for me. Like I said, that is the perfect call. That's, like, how good is that?
Oh boy, this is
Mayday.
not a lot of joy here for
No
Team
joy.
Rana.
Yeah,
No joy.
definitely no joy.
No joy.
I believe I ran into your old skip.
Did you? Dean Jonis?
I did. We
Oh,
were at
yes.
the Golden Ears Curling Club
Correct.
last week.
Yes.
Great facility, by the way.
Really good facility, yep.
One of the only places I've been in the world where the sun doesn't shine, though.
Oh, yeah.
Just 4 days of just
Oh,
overcast and
yeah.
rain.
Can't expect the sun in BC at any point. That's for sure. Yeah, because that was a bit of an audible call, I believe, right? It was supposed to be at the Abbotsford Curling Club, and then there was a
the
plant failure, and
fell
they
apart or something. But they still had the ice maker was there, and a couple of the key
Kent, great
committee
guy.
members. Yeah,
Great guy. Yep. Yeah, my old skipper, also great guy.
Topp 4. Lite linje.
Trying to draw to the inch here.
Yeah, this is a huge shot here for Maria Larsson.
Inte så lång ut. Måste hålla linjen.
You miss this, and it goes from really bad to tragic. Uh-oh.
Perfekt.
Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah.
So now they have a way to get 2 out. Now we're peeling.
Okay.
That's code for we're polite Canadians and we don't like it.
Yeah, you're just making. Doesn't this just make it easier for Rana? I mean, if you're drawing,
you got to follow that in now.
Yeah,
Just
if you're
freeze
drawing on the
your
first
nose.
one, you're leaving those 2 centers up, aren't you?
I would think so, but
Oh boy.
okay.
Someone get Peter Gallant on the green phone. That's what the color of the phone's in PEI, just so people weren't picking up on that. Batman had the red phone, and Charlotte Towners have the green phone.
Probably the best here is a dead nose double.
Yeah, that's what they made.
Not bad. You can get rid of 2 yellows now, and I hate to say that the middle one doesn't go, but I don't think it goes. It's probably going to move a little, out from behind the guard at least.
I would be shocked. Yeah, I don't think there's any way the middle one goes.
No, it should come a little bit our way, maybe out from behind the guard a little.
Eller tunn är också fine.
Our way would be to the left as you're looking at the picture right now. And to the right on that picture.
Need some speed here.
Yeah, Almeida can throw it. And she's going to have to here. Another critical shot.
It's good.
Linda Stenlund on it right out of the hand. You got to get by the center. If they're by it, do you get rid of 2? You do. And that's pretty good from Almeida Duval. Team Kim still lying 1. Take another look at that. That didn't get by the center by too much, but a little bit of air there, and very nice shot from Almeida Duval.
So this is interesting to me, and it's again, there's no really right or wrong in curling. It's just your best guess and what you can make. But so when we were 2 buried on the button, we liked the draw, and now that we're only 1 buried on the button, we like the hit and roll away.
And you only have 1 guard up as opposed to 2 staggered.
Staggers, yeah.
Yeah, certainly an interesting approach here from Team Kim, but like you said, not necessarily a bad approach. Just
still a great chance for 2 if you can just hit and stay in the 8 foot here. Good shot.
Yeah. Nice touch there from Kyung-ae.
Not really any way to get out of this if you're Team Rana. A good hit and roll here gives you a chance. I guess you could roll for shot with some speed, back button maybe.
Maria Larsson on this right out of the hand. Oh boy. Oh boy, got a little bit lucky there. The old Sundbyberg Swizzler.
Just a little bit heavy. She rolled right across the button.
Yeah. Could have almost been tremendous. Little round the clock right behind that yellow, dead buried, but a little lucky there for Almeida Duval, but you got to be good to be lucky, as they say. Still Team Kim lying 1 and set up very nicely for 2 at the hammer.
Her original call here was to freeze on the open one back 12. I think that's a great call. Hard for Team Wrana just to rip the open one, but also hard for her to take on a draw to the top 4 to really just hold you to 2 anyway. Advantage Team Kim this end, and so far this game.
Yeah, they've had the better of the action, that's for sure. Yeah, that's nicely done from Kyung-Ae Kim. They lie too.
Typ med en baktifart bara försöka ligga kvar här är ju viktigt.
Tror du att Mats sitter
Jag tror, ska vi se, vad hade vi på tiddragningarna typ här. Så jag tror bara så typ.
Det är en tap mot 0 eller?
Det är lite mindre.
Ja, det är 0 på dem där. Men det är natten.
So you can see forced to something she really doesn't want to do here. Looks like the ice for the freeze or the hit. Like I don't
I believe they're freezing.
Yeah,
It looked like they were looking at the middle one the whole time here.
I think you have to, as kind of bad as it feels.
Yeah, like
hitting the open one, you may as well just say, do you want to go to the next end or give you your deuce?
Yeah, if you ever bounce off here, though, you're in a heap of trouble. So this is a big one here. Again, we've seen a lot of pressure on skip without the hammers first, pretty much every end. No exception here.
Sure would be great to bump this back button. I know that's not what they're playing, but it sure looks like that's what they're doing. Hello. That's pretty good. Not quite far enough that you can really get to it, but... How much of the red can you see? I think she's asking. Can they bump that again? What are the options here? I guess you could corner freeze. That was kind of their first thought. You could run it. You could peel it. What do they do if you peel it? Do they hit and roll and lie 2? That wouldn't be great.
Yeah, I'm not in love with the peel.
No, agreed. Problem is she made that pretty easy, so I'm afraid she can make it again. So how do we make sure we don't leave her that? There's a slip double on the Reds to live 3, but then she just freezes on the button and steals one.
Yeah, I think you're right, Brent. I think that that shot from Isabella ended up being
really good, eh?
Yeah, pretty much ideal.
Do we like just, instead of peeling, what if we make it a little bit more pricey or more expensive and just kind of tap the yellow one in the rings and roll off? Would she then still have the ability? She would, but a lot more risky to play the hit. Because you leave a double, it would be for 3.
Well, if you did that too, would you ever just kind of roll your guard a little bit, right? Like if you just hit it off nose, would you almost be guarding their red?
You could. Interesting situation. One shot.
Might have used the timeout here.
Yeah. Yeah. I think she's just peeling the guard.
Yeah, it's interesting to me. I feel like that's one of the only ways you can get forced here. But I guess it does take the steal out of the equation. Is that maybe what they're worried about?
It should most times. You might have to make a double, but if you do have to make a double, it'll be for 2, so...
So first rock here, Eunjung Kim. And number 4. Just looking for the peel on her own rock and has it.
So will she play just the tap? Yeah.
I mean, if you make that dead welded, that's a steal probably.
Yeah, a walk-off steal. But anything just off now is going to be a double for 3. But if you've convinced yourself, hey, we're gonna have to steal at some point, then you're not gonna get a better chance than this.
Yeah, I like this call. I think there's no question you go for it here.
Den här, om vi får en nedchapp, alltså ner, då har ingenting för poäng.
Exactly the same shot she just played, which is always comfortable.
So final stone, Isabella Wrana. Saying it's a tighter line than her last one.
Sweeper's called light early too, but
this looks close. Ooh, this looks close.
just clean, I think. Hello.
Oh, that is tasty.
That's a steal.
Wow, what a shot from Isabella Wrana. Fantastic.
We got a tie game here, I think.
Ooh. This is a little risky here too, Brent. If you ever beak this, you're giving up a steal of 2.
I don't see how the red one leaves the house. Even if you throw it hard enough, it just goes straight into the other side one. And I think jams. Like, how does that red one go out? Off the yellow, straight sideways. If it dead jams on the back red, it's
still shot, I think. And then you're very possibly giving up 2 here with it. I think you're more likely to give up 2 than you are to get 1 here.
I hate putting myself out there, but I don't think you can score here. Which makes it very, very much more likely to get up 2.
Well, I guess
Two
we'll
great
see.
shots by Isabella Wrana.
Phenomenal, yeah. So final stone for Eunjung Kim, and we'll see if there is any way to score here.
That's not hard enough no matter where she hits it.
Okay, so it is indeed just the steal of 1, and I think you're right, that wasn't going to go anywhere else. So we're back to square 1 here, tied up at 3, and speaking of 3, we're going to take a 3-minute break, and we'll see you back here with the 5th. Don't go anywhere.
When you've conquered another game, locally, enjoy casual.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable. And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And is the choice of champions.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
En tiondel.
Ja, exakt.
En tiondel, en någon tiondel.
Ja, det var några fys.
Ja, men det var ju alltså, nice spår. Det första var ju så här spår.
Ja, precis.
Och Linda sa det, jag hörde bara inte henne.
Ja.
Nära? 30-40.
Hello, curling fans, and welcome back to continuing coverage of the Co-op Canadian Open live from the Silent Ice Center here in Nisku, Alberta. John Cullen alongside Brent Lang here with you this evening for the first game of the draw for Team Isabella Wrana and Team Eunjung Kim. And Brent, pretty good first half of the game. There's been a few mistakes from both skips, but a few fantastic shots from both skips as well. And maybe none better than the pair of stones thrown by Isabella Wrana last end. A perfect draw on her or a small tap on her first one, and then a perfect tap to freeze on her second. They steal, and we're tied.
Yeah, kind of out of nowhere. I mean, not that Wrana was playing poorly, but Team Kim seemed to be in full control in that end and in the game in general so far. But I don't know if Team Wrana was playing the tap on the first, but it sure worked out perfect. And then her second, she proved her first wasn't a fluke, made the exact same shot perfectly. And I don't think it's not, I know that, no, they didn't throw that last one super hard, but I don't think there's anybody in the world that gets that out. So kind of we got a restart here. 4 ends just to get used to the ice, and we got 4 ends of action left. Team Kim with the hammer as they did have starting the game, and good start to this end. Momentum probably, if you're keeping track or if you can feel it, it's got to be a little bit on Team Wrana's side. But over the years watching Team Kim, they're full of energy, but they don't get too high or too low, really. They seem pretty even-keeled, pretty level-headed.
Oh, really nice freeze there from Linda Stenlund.
How do you say Linda in Swedish? Is that
Linda? Linda.
See, I can handle that one.
Linda Stenlund.
Okay.
Yeah, learned that one too. She lives in Uppsala.
Uppsala, isn't that like from the Vikings show?
I don't know. I don't watch. Probably.
What do you mean you don't watch the Viking show?
I don't watch the Viking show. Why would I watch the Viking show?
I don't know. To see where Uppsala is?
It's a good call. Yeah. It's in the north, apparently. Well, it's like an hour train from Stockholm, I learned today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, was that on the center line? I don't know if they know.
Uh-oh.
Can we?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, no, it was on the center line.
It had to be. That moved substantially.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's the right call.
Yeah.
Yep. For those of you maybe haven't been watching a little bit, it is the no-tick rule in effect at the slam. So if any rock is touching the center line, cannot be moved in the first 5 rocks of the end, just like the free guard zone can't be moved off the center line. And indeed, that is what happened there. So maybe a little bit of a blink here from Team Kim, in control through most of the first 4 ends, but Team Wrana putting the pressure on here in the 5th early.
Chance to really put some pressure on. Anytime you can freeze 2 on around the center guard, they're not going to be shot, but got a bit of a wild one going on next door on sheet B. Anderson was up 5-0, then 5-1. Now it's 5-3, and in some trouble here.
Yeah, steal of 2 for Sturmey in the 4th.
Pretty good.
Yeah, some nice fight back for the team from Beaumont. Carey and Tabata tied at 3. They're in the 5th end, and Yoshimura and Homan, it's a 3-1 lead for Homan. Yoshimura with the hammer in 5. As always, all the games available on Home Team Live. Check it out. Hang out with us. Some people were asking about the full house coverage that will be returning on Thursday, where you'll be able to watch all 4 games at once with our feature game in a larger box. And unfortunately, you won't be here, Langer, but the curling couch is returning.
I will miss it.
And we will miss you.
Me,
no, we'll miss you.
It seems like word is out. We're getting a lot of volunteers from players this week.
Are we?
Want to be in our world?
Yeah, it's nice. We heard Nicholas Adine on the call earlier today. I believe
heard he was great. My mom said
he was great. Yeah, very good, very good. I think one thing Nicholas really brought more so than we ever could is he's playing on the surface. So he had a game this morning against James Crake and was able to effectively communicate what the ice was like out there. And yeah, we've got some planned drop-ins from some other top curlers this week. I believe your charge, Mike McEwen, is going to be joining us for a couple games.
Yeah, he confirmed that.
Yeah, I've heard some rumors that maybe some members of Team Anderson will be joining us. It's going to be a great week in the booth, and we hope you'll be here with us on Home Team Live all week long. As that guard just slightly over curling, I think, for Maria, but it's going to draw the run back all the same from Team Kim and Cho-hee.
This is one of those where the sooner that yellow one is gone, the more comfortable it almost gets for Team Kim, as weird as that sounds. That's much better.
Yeah, it's still Kim lying 1 here, but it is Wrana lying 2-3.
Chance for a soft hit, nose hit here is pretty good. If you could roll low, that would be even better. But it's got to be a little bit buried for sure. Yeah, almost half buried. So. Don't want to roll too far away from the 4-foot here, because what that will allow Team Kim to do is hit the top one and roll away, and then you're going to have to hit it, and they'll get to come around. Sounded very tight.
Yeah, on it right out of the hand here. Got to get it by that center, and they won't.
Big miss there.
Yeah, that's untimely from Almeida Duval.
Double on the Reds here, and all of a sudden Team Kim can breathe again. She's not playing it hard.
Yeah, just
sheep weight.
Yeah.
Isn't that what she said?
Sheep weight, yeah.
I think that's probably around control. It makes a lot of sense. It'd be nice to make the double, but just hit and stay anywhere here. The ends turn, so take advantage.
Nothing much from the sweepers so far.
Sounds and looks kind of perfect. Very good.
Yep. Nice spot for that. Maybe didn't roll quite as far as they would have liked here. This does give Team Wrana a hit and roll in the vicinity of that yellow.
At least if your Team Kim, the center guard's gone, it's open. I know you don't want to get forced to one here, but 5 minutes ago you would have taken that.
Whoa! Whoa! Linda! Järnet, Linda!
Måste gå!
Viktigt!
Ooh, got to get that yellow out. Okay.
Almost jammed it, but good result.
Yep. Not bad at all. It is Wrana lying shot now.
Precise hit and roll, just played the same shot. Really hard to roll to a spot that doesn't leave a double here.
Yeah, double would
probably roll out, right?
Yeah.
So
there you can hit and roll in front too, which is the call here.
Lite halvviktigt att få den där blicken.
Yeah, the double's tough.
You're going to roll out. The inside way is paper thin, and the outside way is probably a half a rocker thinner. So you roll out,
and that guards, it's not in your way, but it's kind of in your field of vision. Like when I was looking at it from that hack angle, I kind of thought,
like it, eh?
I didn't like it. I didn't like the feel of it. I'm not a skip, but I didn't like the look of it. I think this is the best shot.
Skips, we don't like the look of those.
Exactly. Nah, I don't like it.
This one looks precise. Can we do something different?
Yeah, I don't want to be. You guys know I hate being accurate.
So a little bit of cat and mouse, kind of back and forth, hit and roll here, hit and roll there, and
Whoa!
Sounds close. Would love to be right in front. Just lost it a little bit on the sweep there.
Did they just tap that they're going to draw now? That's crazy talk, isn't it? It is not crazy talk. Whew. I think you got to remember where you came from in this end, and you're really excited that you're going to score, but this is the best shot. Don't get me wrong. If you could, I'm going to take my freebie and walk it down there, my gimme. But this is super precise. But hey, this is the best shot, and let's make it. There is room to get buried and be second, so. So needs to be, there's actually a lot of places this can be. As long as it's not behind the tee line, it's going to end up pretty good. I mean, obviously, it's the second shot. The judging game from Team Kim's been on point. They've done everything just about perfectly.
Yeah, draw game for both teams has been quite solid for sure. They haven't been too afraid to make the big draw. This looks like it's...
Oh, did I get them? That's on me.
That's a commentator curse right there. Maybe just slightly overcooked, and I think the double's there for sure.
I don't think she can see it.
You don't think so?
Oh,
oh wow, no, okay, never mind. Yeah, from our angle, it's a little different than the camera angle. Yeah, okay, that's really good.
That's a great, that's just a good aggressive call and a good shot. Now you're not super uncomfortable if she plays the freeze because you just played the draw and you know you're going to get your one. But any little mistake in 2 or 3. So the commentator is wrong again. That's the right call now. And I think this is just giving up the 2. I don't know. Late in the game, chance to force. Looks like a comfortable place to draw. Do you play the freeze here?
You just can't give up 3.
No, you can't. Giving up 2 is not great either, but yeah, 3 is really bad. It's going to leave a wide open shot for 2, whether it's at a wide open draw or a wide open hit and stay. But
yeah, I hear you. It's one of those sort of skips decisions here.
Yeah.
You give up 2 here. You hope you get 2 back in the 6th, and then you're in good shape.
If this was 6, you have to play the freeze, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it might just be a bit of a scoreboard call here. The hit is made, and so it will be an open hit for Eunjung Kim for a pair.
This will be a really well-manufactured deuce. A lot of precise open shots, but precise hit and rolls. Couldn't leave any doubles, and a great draw on her first. Team Anderson next door stops the bleeding, answers with a deuce, and back up 4, 7-3.
So final stone.
Calling heavy.
Yeah, this is among the heavier hits we've seen from Ooh, is that going to roll too far? Oh,
perfect.
Ooh, will stop just in time. Was definitely a little more weight than we had seen out of Team Kim so far, but it stops in time. 2 on the board. Wrana will have the hammer in 6.
When you've conquered enjoy casual.
So a well-played 5th end from both teams. But in the end, Team Kim scoring the final blow, putting 2 on the board, and we'll see if Team Wrana can get it back here in the 6th.
Top 4 perfectly placed. Corner guard. Will we see 2 in here, or do you go really tight on the second lead stone? I don't know. A lot of times you'll see 2 in, then you'll see the second corner guard. Team Kim's very okay with anything but a multiple score for Team Wrana here. Blank would be fine. Team Wrana, on the other hand, is all out for multiples.
Yep, certainly need it. Certainly needed here. Corner guard up for Linda.
I think calling for this one right in there, top 8, right in front of it. Want this one to line up square. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's definitely the strategy they've been playing. It paid off in one end, didn't pay off in another, so we'll see if Team Wrana can put some pressure on here again.
Going straight around, hey? I think a lot of teams would throw the extra corner guard here on the other side and then run the middle if they throw a guard, but again, not wrong. Need this one to be buried, though. If this is chaseable. No, it's not. Never mind. It's just perfect. And then he's got this one in a perfect spot.
Yeah, it was one of those things I almost didn't even realize it until last end, but the draw weight from both teams has been exceptional. I really can't think of too many shots that they were off on, whether that's a little bit light or a little bit heavy. Linda had the one freeze that kind of clicked off and rested beside, but other than that, both teams have been really dialed in on draw weight.
Quite often, that's the difference maker. I mean, the high hard ones are fun, and they're the fancy ones, and they protect the lead. They get you that $1,000 shot of the week a lot of times, as Don McEwen found out in Charlottetown.
Yeah, no kidding. My gosh.
But the team that draws the best almost always wins. Here's a good one. That's how you nullify that red one.
No kidding. Perfect draw there from Choi Kim. Hit for show, draw for dough, as we say.
Well, that's what they say. Trying to make the double in the middle and roll over. Need to move that yellow. Even if you kind of, as long as you stay shot and don't kill that yellow, you need to open up that corner guard again. Because right now it is locked off.
Vänta. Almeida.
Almeida, gå!
Wow. Linda.
Ja! Vilken?
Not throwing this very hard. Right onto the corner, like.
Perfect.
Woo.
Ooh, like that.
That is tasty. Great shot from Maria Larson. Look at that. Makes most of the double and then rolls right to corner frozen on that yellow. That's lovely.
Just gonna peel the corner. Can she see the nose of that? Is it worth a shot? And if you hit the guard, you hit the guard? I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah, it seemed like...
I think that's what they've decided.
No, I think they went back to the guard. I think Eunjung was maybe suggesting, hey, we could try for the nose of this, or we could just peel the guard. I do think they just decided to straight peel the guard, but I could be wrong. Again, I got about 7 more years to go before my Korean is right there. This is, yeah, just the straight peel. Don't want to lose your own if you can help it.
Good shot. I would think Team Wrana is going to guard that for a while. It's too early to do that. The longer that one stays frozen over there that they can't get rid of it. Like if you keep guarding, I don't see where they go to not give you 2. This one, they're going to nose the left, the frozen one, kill both the reds, and shrink the area to draw to, and they still have 3 more shots after that. So
4 more.
Yeah, if they're looking for confirmation from me, I can't give it to them on this one. Needs to be second shot. They got it. But I'm pretty sure Team Kim's going to deal with that frozen one. You can't leave that frozen because you're never going to make a double off that one towards the middle. So you can't leave it there.
Yeah, no, I think that's the call for sure.
Right on the nose with peel.
I know they haven't.
What's going on over here?
Yeah, they haven't been playing a ton of weight. Like you would have to throw solid peel to make sure you lose that top red's got a long way to travel.
Even if you hit it high and jam yours, then they're going to freeze on that, and it's not great. So I don't like hitting this one.
Yeah, I don't love it either.
Under 10 minutes for Team Kim. You know, we're halfway through the 6th then. That's still lots of time. They have burnt 1 timeout, but
yeah, just one of those situations. You'll keep an eye on the clock. You don't have to go buck wild yet, but just have half a thought.
I think the time that they get at the slams is very fair. The idea is let's keep things moving, but it's not supposed to be a huge time crunch.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I like that.
Good shot.
Yeah, right on the nose. Exactly what they wanted, but like you said, strategically, maybe not the best call.
Just don't see how you're getting out of the deuce as long as that one's frozen over there. They can roll this anywhere towards the button, and there's never going to be a double.
I guess they just do need to make sure they get at least a little bit of a roll here.
Make sure they get second shot. A little bit worried about this one early. Said heavy and then straight to the carve. Never mind.
Nope. I agreed with you, but Linda Stenlund back on it, and it is still a second shot, or at least it's close enough. So now they're going to go after it here.
Interesting. Right on the nose is perfect with a little bit of steam. I mean, it's only frozen on about half, so the rocks are a little bit, dead's not the right word, but they're not crazy active.
Yeah, we saw that in Charlottetown as well. It kind of surprised some of the curlers with, you know, the slams. You're used to seeing rocks kind of spring out of the house.
Without embarrassing myself science-wise, I think that comes down to the striking bands are probably a little bit wider, so that's generally they're a little bit more dead. Okay.
But it's not a terrible plan B. Just kind of nudges their own stone to frozen and second shot. I don't know if it's especially good, but it's not as bad as it could have been. If that yellow ever leaked out another inch or two to the left, you'd be in a lot of trouble.
So playing the freeze, but as long as this is full 8-foot, there's going to be lots of separation between the two reds, and we're getting late in the end.
Var med lite. Nej, det ligger bra. Ingenting.
Oh, you need this to be second shot. Okay.
But there is a double. Yeah. Anything over there, even into any one of those three rocks, is going to be a really good result. Probably can't throw it hard enough to get into the yellow, but into either red is really good.
Yep. Yeah, if you rolled just down on top of that one that Almeida just threw, and maybe I cursed them a little bit with the talking about how good the draw weight has been for both teams. Just overcooked slightly from Almeida there.
If it over curls and jams, that's probably not a problem because that yellow was pushed frozen, but here we go.
So big roll, Annie Kim. On it right out of the hand. Don't want to miss that. Ooh.
Jammed it.
Oh boy.
I don't know if that's second.
Ooh. Jammed it, and they don't get any of the reds over on the left. Well, that yellow's in a pretty good spot for them, luckily. I did think you're right, Brent. It is second shot, that Yellowstone, but if Isabella could just kind of chisel that yellow and sit right there, boy, that's going to be pretty good.
Tricky shot. The reward is almost a guaranteed 2 and a lot of times 3. It needs to be very precise.
Få en liten tap på insidan så ligger vi. Jag skulle säga att så här, oavsett, de kommer ju behöva slå på den andra. Så om vi, så länge vi liksom inte kallar under eller över.
De har ju aldrig vickat från den knivan, nej. Vad är det för fart? 10-fart eller?
Ja, helst en liten dutt då, så vi ligger 3 vore ju optimalt.
Ja, en 15-10 för dutten, 20-10.
So first rock here for Isabella Wrana, 6th end. Chance to get herself set up very nicely here.
Okej, vänta.
Maria Larsson on this right out of the hand. They do not like the line. You can't over curl here. You can't over curl here. You just need to smudge it. Oh no, did they overcook it?
She knew they couldn't over curl.
Well, they are lying 2 for sure, maybe 3.
I would say 3.
I think 3, but this double is pretty automatic. So maybe just a slight panic on the sweeping there, Brent.
You kind of got away with it if they're lying 3. If they're only lying 2, then it's a really unfortunate over sweep because they could double and roll away and leave no real double for 2. Looks like they're gonna have a shot for 2 though.
Yeah, I think so. From our angle, again, we're not over the true button, so it's hard to know, but from where I'm seeing it, it does look like red is 3.
Yeah. If they nose it, would they leave a double? Probably not. Be really, really thin to not jam it.
Yeah, I think any roll is pretty good here. So final stone, Eunjung Kim.
Is a roll to the broom slide almost better and not make the double? How would they get that out and stay? Just missed the double on the high side here, accidentally make something better.
Oh, does Isabella have a little skinny double here for 3? Maybe 4 if you could ever stick your shooter.
I don't think she can hit it thin enough not to jam that second yellow.
Yeah.
She's thinking off the back one. No.
Oh.
She's gonna play this.
I would have thought you'd be chopping it. I guess there's not really a ton of room there to slash it. In the slash, you could give up a steal of 2 maybe. Or no, I guess not.
I don't see this being makeable. Maybe
This
for
looks-
2.
Yeah.
Shooter's never staying, is it?
I mean, you have to hit it almost dead on, I think. You're hearing applause there as we have our first final. Team Einarson with a steal of 2 and 6. They're 9-3 winners over Selena Sturmay. And for Isabella Wrana,
this is paper thin and hard, and it's still, I think, only for 2.
Yeah, this would be magical if she makes it. Trying for 3. We'll see if it's there. Final stone. 6th end. It sounds close. Sounds close. And just for 2. So
Great
nice
shot.
shot there from Isabella Wrana. And they do get the 2 back. 5-5.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance.
Pushing limits.
Seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Jag måste gå på toa. Kan...
Är det 2 gard eller 1 gard? 2 gard eller 1 gard?
Jag hittar inte min sula.
Den ligger där borta för Maggan tog den dit förut.
Varför det?
Men...
Vart är min sula?
Ta min. Du ska skippa. Är det 1 eller 2 garder?
Det beror på. Drar de en bak knapp så...
Ja, men spring du så är vi långsamt.
Nej, jag tror nästan alltså att det kan ju bli lite tajt och forsa nästan om de får 2. Det är nästan lite jobbigt. Så om de drar den bra måste vi nog dra emot den.
Ja. Känns ibland som att hon måste borde springa på mina.
So Isabella Wrana giving some instructions to Almeida Duval as I believe she's off to the washroom here for a quick break. So telling Almeida how to set up this critical 7th end here. Maybe not the best timing, but what can you do here? So Almeida taking the skip reins here, but overall, Brent, nice 6th end from Isabella. Kind of needed to get that 2 back, and they did.
Yeah, kind of what this game deserves, a nice close finish here. And one of the things we don't talk about in curling, one of the challenges of a 2-hour and 20-minute game is you got to stay hydrated, and sometimes you overdo it and you got to run off the ice.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when you get to your mid-40s as a man. Like we are, Kui and I were off the ice just high-fiving every other end. But no, there's not a lot of time in between ends. The 5th end break or 4th end break, you usually have a couple minutes, but other than that,
yeah, other than that, it's a sprint, and where this sheet is in relation to where the dressing rooms are, it's not a quick trip.
Oh, it's far.
So this could be a potential miss of like 3 shots here for Isabella, unfortunately. But the center guard goes up for Linda Stenlund all the same, and Sun Young Kim will try to draw around everything here and does so with aplomb.
Perfect. Team Kim would love to blank here. Obviously, Team Wrana really doesn't want that to happen. Team Kim's second favorite would be a deuce or 3, 4, 5, or 6 or something like that. But you do see so often in the 7th end, John, that the team without the hammer takes some chances, and there's some kind of shot for 2, 3, or even 4 sometimes, because you don't want to be tied without the hammer coming home. That's not a good spot to be. They're not throwing the second center here. Hopefully that was the skipper's plan when she left. This looks good. Perfect start from both leads. Wonder how our American friend is doing. He promised me he would not watch any of the election.
Well, I suppose it all depends who you're cheering for.
That's the same in any sport. Politics is the ultimate blood sport, isn't it? Or has become the ultimate blood sport. Another good looking shot here. Get this right on the corner of that red one. Good enough. That's a rock that can be used to eliminate that top 8-foot red one. And Isabella's back, and we'll see if she likes what's left for her. I don't think she'll be super excited, but I don't think she's super surprised either. Pretty standard start. In-turn freeze on the red one, I would think. Yeah. So even right across here, so that when that yellow one comes in, at least one of the reds stays. This is getting real tight to the guard. It's a great sweep.
Gets by, but over curls a little bit for Maria Larsson.
Kind of got both sides if you're red now, though. That's a tough shot. If you were calling that shot, I don't think you ever make it. Clean up on aisle A for Team Korea here. This isn't going to probably look good when it's done, but just straight peeling. Okay. Good call. Cat and mouse time. How long do we guard? Who's going to make the first move? And the ever-present question, would we rather be one down with or one up without? The stats say we'd rather be one up without. But every team has to kind of answer that question for themselves.
Okej. Håll i den, Linda. Ligger bra. Kan dra den lite. Anvida. Järnet. Lite till.
Kom igen. Sista biten. Ligger skitbra. Gå.
This guard can be almost anywhere. I mean, there's
Perfekt.
nothing great for Team Kim here. Another straight peel's in order.
Seems so, yep.
Always asking yourself, okay, I keep peeling. When is Team Wrana going to make a move, and what does that move look like? Does it put me in a bad spot? This is thick. If that stays, that's so good. Oh, that was almost nasty good.
Yeah.
Still pretty good.
Yep, not bad. It is Wrana line 2.
But no center guards, and you can see Isabella's cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, exactly.
So playing for the force now, this call, I think a lot of times you'd see a guard here from a lot of teams.
Jag gillar ta deras, tror jag. Jag gillar det också. Jag med.
Du spelar
Försök ligga kvar där ute är bra.
Yes. 11?
Jag gillar 11.
Ja. Du spelar många 11 och du har koll på läget.
I would say that both teams here, if you made an agreement to say, how about Team Kim, how about yellow gets 1 this end? I think they'd both take that right now.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I don't think there's a very good chance for 2 without a big miss from the Swedish side.
Whoa! Whoa, Linda!
This is one of those big misses.
I was going to say, sorry, what was that you were saying
from
about
the
big
Swedish
misses?
side. Just her back 12-foot weight. Oof. Rule number 1 of a takeout. Gotta take it out.
Är det plusskalet?
Some expert analysis here that you can't get anywhere else. Brent Lang.
You gotta pay top dollar for that.
Yeah, that's why the streams are free right there.
And I can't even take credit for it. That's a Wayne Maddaw rule.
If you're calling a takeout, probably take it out.
Get something out.
Yep.
So the double's very makeable. The shooter maybe roll and spread the yellows out. Yeah.
하면 2개 더블까지 보고 반 맞으면 돼, 반.
Team Holman and gave up a steal in 6. John, don't look now, but they are not in control of the game.
Team Yoshimura, you know, sneaky good.
For the 3rd time this year, Team Holman not in control of the game by the 7th end. It's a big weight double here, roll over and hopefully spread out the yellows and get a little fortunate that it kind of worked out, and that's probably as good as you could hope for. I think red is shot, but that doesn't really matter at this point. Knows that. Team Kimmel knows the back one and lie 2, and Wrana's really wishing right now that she could make that deal to give up 1. Because I was wrong, that comment about not seeing a deuce. Now I see one. Now I don't see
it very clearly.
Yeah, now I don't see a steal. Again,
Well, you did say, in fairness to you,
there was a
you
caveat.
needed a big miss, and there was, I would say, a medium to big sized miss by Almeida Devon.
Yeah, that was a pretty big miss. That's probably a good roll, actually.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Gonna force her to hit the top one, and if they don't make the double, I think now Wrana might agree to a blank.
Oh, interesting. Maybe she'd let them take 2.
Maybe.
Rather than a blank.
Maybe that's an option too, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's always an option.
With the 5 rock rule down 2, we do see definitely more 3s to win games than we had previously.
No question about it.
This has missed the double, I think. Needs to stay in the rings.
It's not too bad.
Force is back on. I think the next shot from Team Kim is going to be an intern freeze on shot rock. So that kind of innocent looking roll over in front of shot rock, which doesn't seem like a big deal, was a big deal, because if they made the nose hit, they would have surely made that nose back and lay 2. Nose hit here.
Yeah, got to make sure your second shot here for sure.
Team Kim's going to have to play that freeze, I got to think.
Isabella signaling it might have been a little wide out of the hand, but it looks okay here halfway down the sheet.
Good looking shot.
Just needs the nose and has it. So it is Wrana lying 2 without the hammer here in 7.
Could try the slash, I guess.
Ooh, that'd be dynamic.
It's thin, and that's the shot. You're just hoping they miss the rings at that point.
Well, they're looking at it.
Yeah. Lots of time for both teams now. She's going to hit and roll on... I guess she'll force Isabella into a precise draw and not a lot of danger of a steal. So, okay, I can be sold on this, I guess.
아니 저걸 바꿔 때려서 제가 근데 들어가서 안 보이면 라인업 두 개잖아. 경혜.
It'll make it really uncomfortable for Team Wrana, right? We're back to the freeze.
Back to the freeze.
This was my kind of instant reaction.
This was your reaction like 2 shots ago.
Yeah.
That's how instant it was. The shots hadn't even been made yet, and you called for this one, so.
I think if you make it really good.
This is your only way to score 2, I think, right? So I think that's...
Without a huge mistake.
Yeah, exactly.
I just hate hoping for a miss at this level.
Yeah. I'd be inclined to agree with you, partner.
Really curling. That's snapping. I think it's over curling shot.
Ooh. Okay, well.
Did it spin
not
back
too
in
bad.
enough? Yeah, not quite. Weight was perfect again. That one just made a big move.
물렸는데도 그래도.
So nose hit here. I think you're better off. There's not really room. If they kill this back red one, there's going to be a double for 2, which I think would make some sense to take on. Be tricky, it'd be thin, so interested to see how this one turns out.
Yeah, just got to make sure you're lying 2 when the dust settles on this one. Final stone here for Isabella Wrana. 7th end, trying to set up a force.
Playing the outturn, which that top yellow's in your eye. It's hard to really throw this wide enough.
Ooh, Maria Larson on this right out of the hand. Cannot jam here. And that'll work well. Very nice from Isabella Wrana.
Rolled a little bit in, so nothing left but to say we're going to know now if they'd rather be up 1 or down 1, because they have to make that choice.
Yeah.
I think you take the point. You can't.
Oh, they're trying the double, but I guess this is, you assume you get rid of one of the reds or at least push it far enough.
There's a hole.
Yeah.
If you're wondering.
Oh, there's definitely a hole. No question about that.
This can't be real life. This is
you want me to pinch you?
This has got to be, you got to hit like an inch of this. Like even you make the double 99.8 times out of 100, it rolls out. And you get 1.
So do you think this is just a case of them saying like they're fine if Wrana steals one here and they're pretty sure it's going to be at least,
I guess,
that? And if you ever make it on the 0.5 times out of 100,
I'd say you flash like 10 times for every 1 time you make this and stick it.
Yeah. Oh
That's
yeah,
my
your flash
concern.
is disaster. So here we go. Interesting call for Team Kim. See if they have it here. Looking for the thin double. They've got 1. Do they have the second one? No, they don't. So
okay.
They do indeed give up a steal of 1 to Team Wrana. They lead 6-5. Team Kim will have the hammer. 8th end coming up. Don't go anywhere.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable. And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And is the choice of champions.
이거 바꾸고 나서. Fin center. En fin center kör bara ifrån där.
6 minuter. Nu börjar tiden gå. Bella, vår tid går.
Ja.
Ja. Nära. 35-40. Lika som innan. Nej. Där har vi... okej.
Topp 4. Ja, men topp 8 är fine med, men topp 4 är bra.
So we've got close to the dream scenario here if you're a curling fan. Team Wrana leading by 1. Tight game all the way through. Both teams have played great. And we'll see if Team Kim has the juice here in this 8th end to score 2. They scored 3 in the first end. They scored another deuce in the 5th. So they have shown an ability to put multiples on the board. And we'll see if they can do it here. There was a bit of a murmur over the crowd as Team Tabata, their 4th, making a phenomenal double through a hole to score 3 against Chelsea Carey. So they now lead Team Carey 6-5. Carey will have the hammer coming home in 8. And for Team Rachel Homan, they score 2 in the 7th end. They now lead Sayaka Yoshimura 5-4. Yoshimura will have the hammer in 8 in that one. Again, both those games available to be streamed on Home Team Live. We'll also be back with you at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, bright and early. I think it's you and me again in the morning, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
So we will we'll have a game for you. And we'll have every draw for the rest of the weekend here in Nisku, Alberta. So guards up, center and corner. And Linda Stenlund coming around the center. That's maybe a hair deeper than they would have liked it, but pretty good.
No real time trouble yet, but it is easy to get into one conversation, burn through 90 seconds. So Team Kim, just over 3 minutes. This end kind of plays itself the first 4 shots. Get yellow ones buried.
This looks a little heavy. And indeed, it will click that red. Pretty good, though.
Yeah, bumps it open, stays partially buried.
Might have been what they were calling, I'm not sure. Just looked a little heavier than I was anticipating, I guess I should say. Not necessarily too heavy.
So we got 3 games with the classic 1 down with. So if the math holds, 1 team will get a deuce and 2 teams will not. This is real tight.
All over, all over the top here, Maria Larson.
Wind it up though.
That's not the worst result.
What's going on here? We're hitting these center guards, eh?
This is interesting.
Okay. Gotta save the shooter here. I guess you don't have to, but it would be nice. And don't want to hit this too thick and run it back and take out shot off. Sounds perfect. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yep, quite good. Does leave 1 Wrana stone in the rings, but gets that guard off the center line. And
I think Wrana's probably not overly upset with that, though.
Yeah, one of those shots kind of worked out for both teams. Wrana a chance to lie 2, and yeah, it doesn't, at least right now, not an amazing 2 opportunity, I wouldn't say, for Team Kim.
Think about Team Kim, almost regardless of what happens here. My next shot is the intern draw buried behind the tighter to the center line of the 2, unless this one rolls in the way. That looks to be where I want to get a shot. Oh, and they're rolling over there to make the pocket work. So, yeah, freeze one right on there.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. It looked like that maybe grabbed or something. It was just kind of a sudden reaction from Maria Larson and Team Wrana. So I wonder if there was maybe just, I don't know if it was a soft release or just grabbed a little something, but they seemed a little shocked by how much that moved. And as you suggest, Brent, this is literally, 10 seconds ago I said I don't know if I see a 2 opportunity for Team Kim, and now it's shining bright like a diamond here, as Rihanna would say.
Great reference.
Thank you.
This is the key shot of the end right now for sure. Lock it right on there, and this looks perfect. Impressive draw game by both teams.
Yeah, very
Broken
much
record,
so.
but man, is that good.
That's perfect from Cho Hee. Couldn't walk it down there any better.
No panic on the sweep. I do think they have about 12 different gears because they're always sweeping. I just don't think they're always sweeping as hard as they can.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's like the windshield wipers on your car.
Right.
There's like a bunch of settings. You're like, I don't. Okay, so I turn this knob, then this one, and then that one.
Okej, ser inte lös ut. Jag tycker den är lite lös. Vi behöver kalla ganska mycket.
This one's looking a little wider, but it needs to be. You're trying to freeze right on the corner. I like it.
Yeah, this is a really crucial shot here from Almeida Duval. Can't bounce at all.
Lost it.
Bra spel.
Yellowish shot, I believe.
Certainly looks that way,
Nej, var inte.
Timeout. A good time for a timeout here. I thought she was saying run it back. That's not, no.
It's not what I'd be doing, nope.
No, I don't know what I'd do yet, but that wouldn't cross my mind.
아니면은 태팔사기에는 저희가 근데 일단
Could follow them down and just kind of freeze on that, knowing they're 2 shots away from getting shot and you have the whole forefoot for your second point. I think that's what I would do.
네. 막아요?
I think they can see it on the wide side to
이걸로
pick it.
뭐
So.
이렇게 탭이나 이런 거 안 해놓고.
그래도 돼. 아니면 이거 조금 묶고 일로 완전 하나 걸어놓던지 11초로.
퓨터 뭐래요? 퓨터 저거 탭 그냥 가드?
이거 롤 하든지 아니면 프리즈.
This is one that if my skip suggested the run back, I would lay down on the ice. We're already shot and they can't get it out, so why would we change that?
Yeah, we call that one the damsel in distress. Lay out like it's railroad tracks.
It's like when there's too many players on the soccer pitch. 3 guys fall down with a torn hammy. That I can get around. I can get behind that call. Hook the guard, even right to it. I think you want to go right to it and buried so that they can't run this one into that situation. Isabella Wrana wants to blow that situation up as soon as possible. Something cool happened. I don't know what, but wasn't on our sheet.
It was a nice run back double by Carly Burgess.
Nice.
Who is kind of, maybe getting a little bit of the home ice advantage here by having Lindsay, who's playing out of Edmonton this year, on her squad. Chelsea Carey also making her home in Alberta, so getting some cheers, and I see a lot of her team in the crowd. Lindsay Burgess, that is. Yeah. So it is hooking the guard here, I think, Brent. Just top 12. This looks maybe light, though.
It's light. I think I'd almost leave it, but you don't want to give her something to come around. This is, Rana's pretty happy about that one.
Yeah, we haven't really seen a miss on a draw from Team Kim in a long time. But that comes about 4 feet light for Kyeonghae. Sorry, Brent.
No, I wonder on those. I'm obviously not speaking Korean. I have no idea what they're talking about. But if one of the comments was, light's fine, and it's really not. That's just that we need to be top 8. You just made this draw perfectly, or we just did as a team. We can do it again. So Almeida with a chance to come around to the side of the button, and even corner freeze on shot rock, and really change things here. Unfortunately for Team Kim, they would have been better off to throw that one into the first row.
Perfekt linje, var med. Lite tight. Ja. På linjen. Wow.
Pretty good.
Wow. Vi kommer gå in i den.
Can you get around everything here?
Bra.
I don't know if that is bra. Is that shot?
Vad sa du? Jo, men den kan
I'd
ha
have to take a look at the overhead here. I've got to think yellow's still shot.
I would think so too, which to me means let's play the same shot and just make it better this time. Like even if she comes down and bumps that, it's hard to get red to be shot.
Men alltså, jag tycker det är bättre bra, men sen så när jag verkligen tyckte såhär, wow, då sa jag verkligen nej till. För innan frågorna är ju bara lite här.
No more timeouts, so this time it's going to happen.
Wow.
I mean, if she plants it there.
Ooh, this is like the only way. Like I think they're shot. Like I feel like this is the only way you become not shot.
Yeah. And open up this side of the sheet.
And I can't imagine they're nervous about scoring here. Like this is the type of shot I feel like you'd play if you're worried about a steal, and I don't think this is really a great steal situation. So in any event, the run back is what they're playing, and oh, they kind of sideswipe it, and yeah, indeed, Wrana's shot now for sure. There's no way that top red isn't shot now.
Interesting.
So there we go, look at the overhead. Yeah, that top red is shot all day. And then I do believe yellow second, so that was, wow. Interesting call from Team Kim. Maybe there's some grand plan that we're not seeing here, but in any case, Team Wrana going to call out their coach, Margareta Sigfridsson, as they frantically call for a timeout. There they finally got it. I mean, they have a ton of time, so they don't need to get too concerned about that.
So do they guard that now?
Det känns inte som vi kan guard.
They hit the one that came in there, right on the nose. That might leave a triple.
Ja, jag med. Men vilken eller? Men jag får fortfarande inte bort den på nästa. Alltså den här får jag inte ut. Oavsett.
It looks like there's just a double on those reds. Like it's just on the corner of the red. So you can't leave it like that. Yeah, they got to guard that or move that.
Ja, men det tror jag inte gör någonting. Jag tror att får vi ut den här, då får jag bort den på nästa. Då, för att just nu så ligger det för att jag inte ska ha någon dubbel överhuvudtaget.
We'll let you Swedish speakers listen here because we have no idea.
Where's
Nicodine when you need him, eh? He could have been.
Oh, good point. Had him call in 2 games between English teams. What a waste.
Whoopsie.
Försöka få lite fart i den här så att den bara flyttar sig dit.
Ja, och vilken fart gillar du?
Inte jättehårt. Alltså det känns som typ... Ja, men typ en 11. Den här måste bara flytta sig dit.
Ja, och vart...
So yeah, I think they see the problem. If Team Kim was shooting right now, they'd have a very easy shot for the win. So you got to take that away. Maybe a hit and roll in front or a draw, freeze, bump in the pocket.
Känns som lite mycket.
Board weight. Hit and roll to where the broom is and hope you don't line anything up. You don't want to nose this. That would be not very good, I think. Or just roll a hair broom side would be not good. Getting down to it in all 3 games left on the ice.
I'll say. First rock here, Isabella Wrana.
Yep. 11. Whoa. Linda.
Janet.
Mare.
Sounds close. Curl straight, curl straight. Moved it enough, I think, but I don't know how good that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Get that just a hair high, kind of stay on the corner of the red. Your yellow one's going to be shot again.
Kan de slå den utan att röra bort röda?
Jag vet inte faktiskt.
Mayday, I think, for...
Kanske. Vi måste vicka ut.
Kan de slå den utan att röra våran röda?
As long as you don't disturb that yellow on this shot. Which, I mean, as long as you don't, but there's not a lot of room for error. You got to hit this basically dead on the nose. And then it'll kind of hook that top red automatically. This looks easier as an out-turn shot to me.
Har jag alltid den, om det skulle se helt skit ut.
They're down to a minute.
Yeah, getting into time crisis mode here, but
allt på våran
still a full minute left and a chance to really apply some pressure here. First stone for Eunjung Kim.
Sounds perfect if they know what they're trying to do here, because they're just cleaning it. That is really good.
Yeah. Team Wrana
overcurled a little bit, but I don't see much.
Yeah, it's tough.
Team Wrana just a soft hit and roll off the outside one and just bump their red one a couple inches and leave it in there. In between the two yellows.
Yeah, they're looking at maybe like trying to just slash this. They'll call their last time out, just looking at trying to slash that yellow out, just kind of skinny it out. Could draw around everything. Chelsea Carey, without having to throw her last, picks up 2 in the 8th end. So first game with Lindsay Burgess on the squad, and first victory. They will win 7-6 over Momoha Tabata.
Det är lite bättre nästan att vara helt öppen där än att gå i den.
Ja.
Ja.
Yes.
Vad tror vi? Så eller?
This is probably the shot that makes the most sense.
Vi är typ inte längre ut. Det känns att vi kommer
A little bit of room for error, but not very much.
Hade jag
Bury
lite
a
mer
little bit.
kandidat? Nej, det tror jag inte.
Yeah, you got to be shot.
Top 4 right beside that yellow.
Det är lite nice att inte bara hamna där, för då kommer de ju få den. Så bara här nere är ju
tror du inte hon sätter den lite mer då? Inte in här.
Men bara så att de inte har den där som så här, så ner 10 bra.
Chance to get out of it. A very precise draw needed here.
Det känns att vi kommer behöva hålla en för linje. Eller är det 0 här? Alltså vi behöver hålla en 4-10. Eller? Ja. Är vi längre ut än Almida eller samma spår?
Lite längre ut.
I think if it's made right,
Jag gillar
though,
ner 10.
I don't think that Team Kim will have a shot to win for sure.
Lägger vi den.
Yes. 14,5.
We might get some bonus action.
Big shot here for Isabella Wrana. Essentially has to draw to a postage stamp here. Not much room for error. Final stone.
Känns bra.
Ja.
Ganska bra fart.
Lite tight.
Ja. Lite lös.
She said a little tight out of the hand, but she said that a few times, and it's been pretty darn good. Stenlund and Larson on this one. Weight looks close.
Okay, whoa!
Weight looks close. Can't be heavy here.
Oh, a little panic. No,
cannot be heavy here. Needs it to slow down. Needs it to slow down. You got to be shot. And they are shot, but that's definitely an accessible rock for Eunjung Kim. And yeah, just a hair overcooked with the sweeping, Brent.
Pretty good shot. That was thrown well enough to be perfect, but I'm going to make her make a precise shot here. A back 4-foot, follow her down, tap it at a rock, and a little time crunch. So that really finished in there, though. That's more than half buried.
Yeah, I agree with you, Brent. I think seeing the way that that finished in there, the shot was there that they called. And it was probably made if there was a touch less sweeping on it, but this is no gimme. Eunjung Kim, final stone, end number 8. Needs a back house tap. Just needs to move the red far enough for 2.
And this here is probably an overthrow most of the time.
Sun Young leaning on it here.
This is perfect.
They got to get it by the top. They got to get it by the top. Can they get it by the top? Can they get it by? They do. Does it have enough to move it far enough? I don't know.
It touched.
Oh my goodness, it touched. And I think this is a steal of 1. It is. Oh my goodness, that was so close to a perfect shot. But it just whiskers that top yellow. And Team Wrana will pick up the win. Unbelievable. My heart stopped there for a second, Brent. Someone check on me. Yeah. Get me a paramedic. What a game for Team Wrana. They move to 1-0. Team Kim will drop to 0-1, and we'll drop out for the night. We'll see you here tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. local time, for what should be another great game for everybody here at Home Team Live. And Brent Lang, I'm John Cullen. Good night.